Today I rise to recognize and honor Charlotte Thompson Reid in recognition of Women's History Month. Charlotte Leota Thompson was born in 1913 in Kankakee, Illinois. She graduated from East Aurora High School and attended Illinois College in Jacksonville. Charlotte served as a U.S. Congresswoman from 1963 to 1971. She entered politics when her husband, who had won the 1962 GOP primary for the 15th Congressional District, died suddenly of a heart attack at age 52. Charlotte was selected to replace him on the general election ticket, and she described herself as in a state of shock. Yet, in a tribute to her husband, and within only 2 weeks of his passing, she ran and won the congressional seat that he had secured in the primary. She went on to repeatedly win election by large margins in 1964, 1966, 1968, and also 1970. In 1965, the Chicago Tribune, then Washington Bureau Chief Walter Trohan, wrote that Reid is so respected that there is talk of her running for Senate from Illinois. In 1968, Congresswoman Reid was the first woman in American history to deliver an opposing party's rebuttal to the presidential address during the State of the Union. She was the only woman in a group of 16 responders that included Charles Percy, John Tower, George Murphy, Gerald Ford, George H.W. Bush, and Melvin Laird. Although it may seem absurd today, and to many of my peers here, Reid was the first woman in 1969 to wear pants in the chamber of the U.S. House of Representatives, and it created, as I understand it, quite a stir. It was just one more of her efforts to change the culture in Congress to be supportive of women elected officials. Charlotte Reid died in 2007 at the ripe age of 93. And when she first entered the U.S. House of Representatives in 1963, she was only one of 11 women and observed at that time, small as our numbers are, we create a needed balance in the complicated business of adapting governmental processes to the requirements of a changing society. And today, in part to her legacy, there are 126 women serving in the U.S. House of Representatives. Her legacy and political chops were passed on to her daughter, Patricia Reid Linder, a Republican from Sugar Grove, where I currently represent, who was honored to serve in this chamber from 1993 to 2009. And Mr. Speaker, a young man, myself, being raised by a single mother, give hats off and kudos to all of our single moms, in addition to Charlotte, that are out there serving our families. Thank you, sir.